Oh, baby, what do you do when you're a couple of garden gnomes that have been through the ringer and you're not feeling like your best self?
Get a makeover.
Yeah. Welcome back to Laugh Cry DIY. Today is a very exciting episode because we have a very special guest, and that is my lovely Grandma Eleanor. Say hi, Grandma.
Hi, Grandma.
Nice. Grandma is how old?
94.
94 years old. A couple months back, we did a house tour of her beautiful, impeccable mid-century home, and everybody fell in love with you. It was one of my top videos of all time. There's over 1,000 comments, and people wanted to see her back on the channel, and most importantly, people wanted to see us make over her classic, iconic collection of garden gnomes. How long have you been collecting your garden gnomes?
Maybe 40 years.
40 years. So these are all 40-year-old men. Did you know that you have 40-year-old men living in your garden? So when we were younger, we would paint these periodically, but it has been a long time. So we are here today with Grandma, and we also have a third special guest, which is my sister, Ingrid.
Hi, Grandma.
So today we thought we would sit, we would paint, we would make over all of the gnomes, and we would ask Grandma some of the questions that people had asked on that video. So Grandma is going to creative direct, and are you ready, Grandma?
I'm as ready as I can be.
We're gonna give Grandma the littlest one that's
Look
her
how
size.
cute I was with the stripes, though.
Oh, that
on
is
the
very
pants.
cute. You can see Ingrid once painted cute
It
little
was
stripes.
the 90s.
Actually, that's adorable. We should do
Different
that.
color palette.
So Grandma is actually a very, very talented artist. I will link her home tour below because her home has tons of beautiful art pieces that she has created. Grandma, one of the things people wanted to know was how it is that you're 94 years old and you look so young. People thought you weren't a day past 60.
It's true.
Do you have any secrets to aging gracefully?
I don't know.
Well, what's your skincare routine? I mean, what has been your skincare routine?
Did you ever wear sunblock?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got sunblock. You used to use a lot of Avon products, right?
Yeah, I still do.
Oh.
Yeah, I still do.
Do you wash your face every night? Do you wash twice a day?
No, I do once a day. I put, in the mornings, I put a little bit of cream on my face before I put my makeup on.
Some moisturizer.
With some
And
SPF.
then in the evening, I concentrate on the face.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
People are always amazed at how active you are at your age.
Well, I figure I have to go one of these days because, you know, I'm old.
Yeah.
And so I like to appreciate the days that I have without having to mope around.
Yeah. You've always been very active. You guys, until the pandemic, you would do Pilates like 3 times a week.
Yeah.
And that was till she was like 90.
And yoga.
Oh, I went to the YMCA for years and years.
I remember attending a Pilates class with you, and you outdid me.
Did you? And how old were you?
I don't know, maybe 14, and I couldn't keep up with her.
You always walk every day, don't you?
Yes, every day. And I go down the hill and up the hill again.
Yeah, Grandma's a star in the neighborhood. When we go on walks with her, everybody sees her. Everybody knows you.
People will stop their cars
Blocks away to say hi.
Yeah.
You're really the ambassador of your neighborhood. Also, Grandma is very active and social. Grandma, tell us all the clubs you're part of.
Oh, my poetry group, and we meet about once a month. And the art club was, of course, painting.
And as we talked about in the home tour video, Grandma started painting in her 60s. People were really impressed that you started something like that later in life. So Grandma, what inspired you to start painting in your 60s?
I think maybe because of my son Tom.
Yeah,
World
our uncle
renowned.
is a really good painter.
Yeah, a very good painter. Yeah, I loved art. Yeah, definitely. Look at, he's got only one tooth.
Right.
Yeah. I was debating making that a gold tooth.
Yeah, you could do that.
So do you think the keys to aging well, it's exercise? I think a social life is really a big thing.
Social life is a very important thing.
Yeah.
A lot of people just hide behind that and don't want to get out. And
People also wanted to know how you keep your home so neat and organized.
oh, that comes from my mother.
And I have to say that I would say the reason is because you're German. She has had such an impeccable home that for at least 50 years, she has had cream-colored carpet. And it's not a shoes-off household. People also asked who dusts your house.
Yeah, who dusts your house?
They were so amazed at how clean it is. But you do have some helpers come.
Once a month.
Once a month.
Wow, dang.
I have to say, I'm so sorry that I did not inherit any of that behavior from you. I'm notoriously messy. I always leave dishes in the sink. But sometimes I really do think of Grandma, and it shames me into doing my dishes. Because I always think if you were coming over, you'd be so horrified. Grandma, do these gnomes have names?
No. And if they had names, they were lost over the years.
Unfortunately, they
They're
had
top
paperwork.
secret,
Their
and-
paperwork was lost.
Yeah.
What do you call gnomes in Germany?
Svelge.
Svelge.
Svelge. They live in the Black Forest. Of course. And yeah, I have to say that these are funny looking little men. And they have wonderful stories about them in German and fun stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to say, in the episode of favorite things in Grandma's home, the one thing I couldn't find was the stories of Stuhlpeter.
Stovelpeter.
Stovel-
Yeah.
Stovelpeter.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
From what I recall, it's a bunch of morals for children in which you learn things like he sucks his thumb too much, and so
Yes.
they cut off his thumb.
The tailor comes in
And
cuts
he
his
won't
thumbs up.
bathe, so they
Right.
stop making him bathe, so his hair grows long and his fingernails grow so long.
They don't like soup, and so he gets thinner and thinner
Yeah.
and thinner, and pretty soon there's nothing left of him.
Yeah.
And they have a cross on this.
It's about children dying in horrific ways. And by the
To
way,
learn good morals.
it's a picture book, and they do show the bloody stumps, all the graphic details.
Yeah, it's rather horrifying.
It's very German. As seen on an early episode of The Office, Dwight Schrute actually grew up with this book, and
is
they show that very
Oh, man.
scene in the.
Okay, so Grandma went and she found this other one, the Max und Moritz. Classic children's tales in which we're slaughtering chickens. We have children being baked into cookies. We're beating dogs. This is great.
I mean, it's really kind of
Horrifying.
when you think about it.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, he's got his pants on.
Oh, the purple.
People had a lot of favorites from that house tour I did. People loved your linen closet. I know you think that's crazy, but Grandma
very
has
original.
a set of linens from the 60s that go for a lot of money on eBay. People love that stuff. Are you amazed?
You're laughing.
What was your favorite thing about having us as granddaughters?
Or even just one of us.
Yeah.
Well, it's been wonderful.
Aw.
I absolutely am so proud of you girls, what you do. And
One of us more than the other? Or?
No. Well, I will say something very special to me is that Grandma is actually not my blood grandma. She's Ingrid's blood grandma. But I met Grandma when I was 5 years old, I think.
Yeah, you were just a little girl. Yeah, it was wonderful. Didn't we go to the zoo?
Yes, we went to the
Oh.
zoo, and you've always been my grandma ever since.
Wonderful.
And people loved you. On the internet, a lot of people asked if you would adopt them because they had lost their grandma or missed their grandma.
Aw.
So yes, you guys, for this episode, she will adopt everybody. But if you want to be her grandchild, you do have to paint a gnome. It's the initiation process.
Yes.
And she has to approve the colors. And guys, I have to say, all of the gnomes are cute, but this guy is absolutely the cutest. He's on his little belly, and I know this is vulgar, but
yeah.
he does have his
And the
little butt
leaf,
showing.
see the leaf?
Yeah, in his little perfect leaf hammock. What a lifestyle. Can I give him a little purple hat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Purple.
Sure.
Wow.
Okay.
Sure.
Why not?
Just like he already has blue. I want him to have something kind of fun. No,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm really excited for this guy. This is not a gnome. It is a frog. And guess what color I have?
Yes, good. Whatever you want.
Tell me what color this is.
Frog.
It's Frog by Bear Paint.
Ooh.
Is
That's
that
perfect?
it's perfect? Okay. I don't
like
know if
its
it would
light.
be too much.
How do you say frog in German?
Ooh, good question.
Frosh.
By Bell.
By Bear.
By Bell.
A few people commented on the video and they said I didn't let you speak enough. But that's because that day you were kind of camera shy. But now you're a star.
Yeah.
I see we can't get you to...
You're natural.
Now you're just yapping.
Were you silent or were you silenced?
In that video. Let's get some German words. Grandma and we went to Berlin together, and I was so proud that at the end of the trip, I was like, Grandma, I think I can say a sentence. And I said, Ich bin eine Hexe. Which means, what does that mean, Grandma?
I am a witch.
I have a favorite word you taught me. Gemütlich.
Gemütlich.
Gemütlich. Yeah,
That's mine
that's a
favorite.
good word. That's a perfect word. It really means being comfortable.
We don't have quite the same word for gemütlich.
No, we don't.
Just-
we try all sorts of things, but they really don't. Nobody comes up with really
The right, yeah. Well, I always think of that anytime I see a really nice like table or like a really beautiful cozy room setting, I always think it's gemütlich.
Gemütlich.
And since you have made it to a wonderful age of 94, and you have been through a lot of things in life. We've talked about it before on the channel, but Grandma wrote a memoir. I'll link it below. It's called Eleanor's Story. It's about her surviving Nazi Germany. She lived in Berlin through the war. And it's quite an amazing story. And you have quite an amazing perspective on history. What is your advice for getting through hard times?
It's never to lose hope. You know, with also my little brother and sister, they were babies and little children, and how to help them helped me. You know, this is also what my mother said to me and to my brother too. You know, you guys have to have this feeling and help those little ones who don't understand anything.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah.
But I think there's a big lesson in that a great way to maintain hope is to, you know, one thing that is very tangible that you can do is help other people, and that can give one a lot of purpose.
But
But
you bring that out.
yeah, Ingrid does a one-woman show based on Grandma's memoir. Is that crazy? The inception of that?
Yes, yeah.
But yeah, Ingrid tours it at fringe festivals, theater festivals all over the world.
Yeah.
Is it odd to see your life on stage when Ingrid does the performance?
It totally moved me.
Oh, that's so sweet. Good job, Ingrid. You moved Grandma.
Yes, yeah. The interesting thing about the story is, you know, we're all still connected to World War II through a parent or grandparent. So no matter where I've toured it in the world, it always finds an audience because it's a universal story. This is a universal experience of war. Now I have people at the end of the show write messages to Grandma so they can kind of express what it meant to them, and that's been so great too, to get to bring
Right.
home messages
I have
from...
it at home.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, after she wrote her memoir too, you started getting letters from people all over the world. Some schools teach her memoir, which must be crazy too.
And I've even had more recently, like, young women come up and say that they were taught your book in school and in a whole other part of the country. In Australia,
That's so crazy.
it gets taught in schools in Australia and in Canada.
Really?
Yeah.
One time you sat next to someone on a plane,
Yeah.
and what did they do? They pulled out a book?
Oh, yeah.
And it was
And
your book.
oh, I said that's my book.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, true
Yeah.
story. Somebody was reading her memoir. And did they freak out?
And he said it's a fantastic book. And
Oh, that's so
What a
cool.
surprise,
I had
right?
no idea. I didn't know
said,
that
guess
story.
What? That was my book.
I also do think you have one of the best glamorous author photos.
Yes.
I will put that photo there. Well, I think it was taken in this very garden. But
Yeah.
it's so
At
beautiful.
this table, actually, I think it was taken.
Was it? Oh. I think a lot of people who have experienced what you've experienced had a hard time in life, but I've always been amazed because you have such a joyous spirit and you can sit here and laugh and joke with us.
Where otherwise I'd sit here and cry the afternoon.
Another thing I always appreciated is that you always, like as I moved through life, you always really celebrated and encouraged me, but you also really made me understand how lucky I was to be growing up with as many freedoms as I was, you know? Like, so I've always been a little... Okay. Oh, I thought you were looking at the paint.
Yeah, I thought she was judging.
No, but you really... But you really, and I'm always very grateful because you're always very honest about, you know, the challenges for you as a young woman. And I don't take those things for granted, even though a man is trying to silence us.
It's literally chainsawing,
over our voices. I'm going to make this butterfly purple too. That'd be cute.
Oh, that is nice.
And he's so happy with his little butt out.
He's sunbathing.
Yeah.
Do you want different colored nail polish?
Oh, no, just red.
You have to remember your exact paint ratios from 20 years
Grandma's,
ago.
Grandma wants the integrity of the art to remain.
This is what we're doing is we're really
The
doing
intention.
Historical restoration.
Yeah, this is
Thank you for letting us film, Grandma. We appreciate you being so game. All right, we're going to take a break and be back. Alrighty, guys, we've been painting for like maybe 2+ hours. So I think we are officially ready for your big reveal. Well, Grandma, how do you feel about your beautiful made-over gnomes?
I'm just totally befunded. They were in terrible condition,
True.
and they are like brand new,
Yes.
right from the shop.
Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Thank you to Grandma for, again, letting us use her to make episodes. I think you did great. I think the people are going to want to see you back on the channel.
I think so too.
So will you be ready for our next?
For the next, yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.